I'm not an expert in Britpop, and I'm not even a huge fan, but this phenomenon has totally caught my attention. And I'm dressed incorrectly for this video. Hold on. That's better.
Oh, people, so many people, and they walk hand in hands through their shite life.
As probably the most of the audience of Britpop, I started my journey with bands like Oasis, Blur, Pulp, Suede and Elastica. It was in 2016. As time passed by, I began to pay attention to other bands as well, because the list of great Britpop bands just goes on. And that's when I noticed something weird about this whole movement. Britpop is considered both era and genre of music. But for some reasons, all modern British pop or even rock music is considered either just pop or rock or indie, and most of the bands are called post-Britpop. But today I'm not going to talk about definition of Britpop. That was my first intention, but something else came across. Whenever you Google Britpop, first four bands that come up are Blur, Oasis, Suede and Pulp. Some even call them the Big Four. They are mentioned as the most successful bands of Britpop. But like, how about The Verve, Elastica, Supergrass? Why these four bands? No doubt, they were indeed and still are successful, but there's some mystery behind them. Four Horsemen of Apocalypse. Sounds crazy and bizarre until you look closer. The four horsemen of the apocalypse are described in the last book of New Testament of the Bible. The Christian apocalyptic vision is that the four horsemen are to set a divine apocalypse upon the world. The four horsemen are often seen as symbolizing conquest, war, famine, and death. The first rider is also known as the White Rider, the White Horseman. It's conquest or victory. The first rider is Blur. They were the ones who started war with Oasis, and they won. The second Red Horseman, War, or sometimes known as Civil War, Oasis. They were the ones who always had problems with almost everything in the world. They were full of anger and hatred, and the Civil War still goes on between the Gallagher brothers. Black Horseman on Famine, Suede. Their song My Insatiable One gives this impression. And the last one, Pale Horseman or Death, Pulp. Jarvis Cocker had fell off the window and survived. Of course, he was damaged. May seem as a real luck, or the patronage of the death itself. Another clue, Pulp's song Sunrise. I used to hate the sun because it shone on everything I'd done, made me feel that all that I had done. Isn't it what death would say? It's like a battle between mortal, sane side of Pulp, and their destiny as the fourth horseman, death. These horsemen were a symbol of beginning of apocalypse. Britpop is like the Armageddon, where the last battle has happened. Britpop was the end of great music. Everything else after that turned into pure commercialism. Aspiring new indie bands are bought, and the Big Four predicted it. They tried to warn us. Blur and their song Universal. Yes, the future's been sold. Their song titles like End of the Century to the End, lyric from There's No Other Way. You're taking me up where I don't want to go up anymore. I'm just watching it all. Meaning, they don't want to be a part of new wave of music. They have started the end, and now they are watching it all fall into pieces. Oasis and Live Forever. We see things they'll never see. You and I are gonna live forever. Meaning that the four horsemen see the end coming. But despite that, they are the ones who are going to live forever. In Don't Look Back in Anger, they tell us that they started a revolution from their bed. They are starting the end. Pulp titles like Something Changed, meaning that the music of future changed. Lyric from Dishes, I am not Jesus though I have the same initials. I didn't even have to dig deeper, and I'm afraid to do that. Blur, Oasis, Pulp and Suede are not just outstanding bands. They are the four horsemen of Britpop apocalypse. We were just too stupid to see that. And now it's too late. And all we have to do is just slowly see the music dying. Oop, that was too dark. Obviously, it's just a stupid, ridiculous series that I created in my head, and none of it is true. Or is it? Leaving comments whether you want to see more videos related to Britpop, give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe, and also follow me on my social media, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.